Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of NASCAR Heat 5 2023 mod career mode in our 5th and final season, where you are looking at the NASCAR Xfinity Series race results from Chicagoland Speedway, where it was Ross Chastain picking up his second Xfinity win of the season in his select schedule. Lane Riggs comes home P2, Rajah Carew third, Daniel Hemrick and AJ Allmendinger round out the top 5, followed by William Sawalich, Mason Massey, Nick Sanchez, Chase Briscoe, and Austin Dillon, the top 10. There you can see throughout the rest of the race results where everybody finished. A couple of not great runs for Sammy Smith, Jeb Burton, and Leland Honeyman, but it is Ross Chastain picking up the Xfinity Series win here in Chicago. As we now look at the updated Xfinity Series playoff grid, 6 races to go in the regular season. We remain the same 5 guys at the top of the points with victories. Ryan Truex, Alfredo, Corey Day, Honeycutt still looking pretty good on the point side of things. Brandon Jones barely holding on to that bubble spot, just 11 points above Taylor Gray. Nick Sanchez, Sammy Smith still holding 2 wildcard winners positions. Austin Dillon, Harrison Burton, Ryan Sieg right on the outside looking in. Tanner Gray on down, pretty much must-win territory. Mason Massey, of course, has that win, but he's 48 points behind Sammy Smith for the final wildcard position at this moment. So congrats to Ross Chastain on the win. In the background, we're practicing and qualifying for today's main event, the NASCAR Cup Series Camping World 400 from Chicagoland Speedway. Racing at Chicagoland for the final time, Joey Logano, Chris Buescher, and Ty Dillon all have to start at the rear of the field due to inspection issues. So a couple of good cars in Logano and Buescher, who are both still alive in this in-season challenge, coming from the rear of the field. Of course, Logano up against Chastain, Buescher against Gregson. Today we are in the in-season challenge, matched up against Ty Gibbs, who's qualified back in 27th. Here we are in 15th as you're green and underway here in Chicagoland Speedway. Who's going to find their way to victory lane in the Windy City for the final time, and can we keep our top 10 streak alive? We're going to find out as we're underway, clearing Zane Smith in 38, who of course was our in-season challenge rival from last week for 15th position. Now going by his teammate of Todd Gillen for 14th. I'm trying to work our way by the 97 of Shane Van Gisbergen, SVG, running P13. A solid start to an intermediate race from him. We'll go by him now, catching up to Hamlin and Tyler Reddick in the 45, and that beautiful Jordan Brand Chicago paint scheme. We are closing in, making some great ground, zooming by McDowell Elliott, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the top 10 to start this race here after one lap of racing. 18 to go, stage 1. Already trying to work Daniel Suarez in the 7 for position 8th, and go after that Busch Light Honda of Ross Chastain, the Xfinity winner, inside of Ryan Preece for that 5th position. Or 6th position rather. Reddick giving us a huge push down this back straight. This is a clear Suarez, huge run, 3 wide on Chastain and Preece, and out of nowhere we are up to P6. A tremendous start here in Chicagoland, but then Tyler Reddick gives us a big shot. I just can't handle the pushes he's given me. We slide up the racetrack, and Reddick, who clearly has one of the fastest race cars in town, is zoomed on him down the road. Now I'm trying to hold on to 7th as over this long run, as it typically seems to happen to us at most intermediates here, with the tires starting to fall off and we're starting to slip back, lose some positions. There goes Suarez. We now slip down to 8th position. A few laps later, here comes, I believe, Kyle Larson on the inside. Yes, it is the 5 of Larson, and a great matchup against Denny Hamlin. Slips by the 34, Todd Gilliland, with a tire failure while this battle is taking place here on lap 6. So Todd Gilliland going to be out of this race. The 34 going to finish dead last. We bounce off the wall on exit of turn 2, just getting pushed into the wall kind of by Denny Hamlin, but also not having the handle of the car to just hang on. So now we just pull low and let these guys by, as we are just struggling here in Chicagoland for any kind of grip whatsoever. Now down outside the top 10, Hamlin, Preece going by. Here comes Haley going by. We're down to 13th. Now the ensuing lap, Chase Briscoe zooms on by. We slide down to 14th. Now trying to throw a block on Ross Chastain. We misjudge. Into the wall we go with the slide. Bounce back into the 1, and we drop down to 16th. Then right as the pit cycle is about to start, Tyler Reddick with the major issues. Smoke coming out the back of the 45. And Tyler Reddick is out of this race here in Chicagoland when running in the top 5. And that is back-to-back sub-30th place finishes. Reddick will end up 39th. And for our green flag pit stop, we're going to come in for right side tires and fuel only, thinking this would be a great strategy call to get us up in the top 10, steal some stage points here, as that's kind of the strategy we have to play here, is there's just enough laps left where we can get away with only changing the right sides. And look at this, we're coming out behind the 48 of Alex Bowman, who's going to cycle out to be the race leader here in Chicagoland Speedway as he tries to win his way back into the chase for the Cup. Of course, the 48 currently pretty deep in the point standings, as he will try to find his way in to the top 12 positions. And now the next stop, as we all cycle out, this pit cycle goes through. We pass Allgaier, Quaffle, a bunch of other guys who are on pit road. We will jump all the way up now to be scored in the 4th position, only behind Bowman, Kyle Larson, and Carson Hocevar, who cycle out ahead of us. So the next stop, we're just trying to hang on to 4th over Ryan Blaney on these old tires to try to get whatever points that we can. The caution is going to come out, and he's even prematurely because Buescher blows a tire, crashes hard up in the air, upside down. A massive hit and a barrel roll for Chris Buescher in turn 2. A hellacious crash here in Chicagoland for the 2-time winner this season. Buescher up and over. He is somehow still going to be in this race after that vicious crash. So Alex Bowman will get his first stage win of the season here in Chicago over Hocevar, Larson, myself, and Blaney, the top 5. Then Seabell, Chase Briscoe, Eric Jones, Justin Haley, and William Byron, the top 10. So our strategy works to absolute perfection right there, and we get 7 stage points out of it. So now here we are, obviously having to pay the piper now, restarting back in 28th as Suarez, Blaney, Hocevar, Bowman, myself, and everyone else that's behind me come in to top off on fuel to go the rest of the way here in the stage. Everyone else in front of us, so that's basically the top 23 have stayed out on the racetrack, and we're going to start hauling the mail here into turn 3, start passing these guys who are on the older tires, going by Austin Cindric Riley. Here's we get a big shot. Here comes Ryan Preece in the 60. What a save by Corey Heim in the 67 as we got into the back of him right there, just being shoved so hard by Preece into turn 4, and somehow both of us hang on to it, and we somehow managed to fit to his outside, and we got this outside lane, colored in now. We are starting to roll this outside lane, make some positions going by Heim and Sheldon Creed. Now trying to work by the 7 of Suarez, somehow to the outside of Connor Zilic in the 99 right there. He gets split 3 wide down the middle. Now we go by Cole Custer for 19th, right on the back bumper of Preece as we're getting a massive push from the 48. Alex Bowman, huge run, swing to the inside, 3 wide, right by Carson Quaffle and Sam Mayer. We will go into the top 15 now, chasing down the 38 of Zane Smith. We will easily drive by here for 14th in turn 1. Now working on the 71 of Michael McDowell for 13th. Of course, McDowell and I had that controversial finish back in Canada a couple of races ago. He's still probably not happy about that one as we go to the inside of Ty Dillon and Christian Eckes, 3 wide for P11. We will make those passes going by the 33 and the 16. Now setting our sights on the 40 of Justin Allgaier for Junior Motorsports, having a great top 10 run on strategy so far. Noah Gregson right there in front of him. Here was a 48 big shot. We throw a big block on Bowman because there's Ty Gibbs, our in-season challenge rival for today. We are passing now for 8th position to be back in the lead of our in-season challenge battle here. It's a 54. His car is getting better as the race goes on, so we have to make sure we stay ahead of him. A few laps later, Bowman's driven on off from us and is making passes in the top 5. We are now finding our way by Ross Chastain's Busch Light Honda, who's of course matched up against our teammate Joey Logano in the in-season challenge here today as we battle for 8th position down this back straightaway, hoping to clear Chastain into turn 3, which we will do with ease. We set our sights on the 32 seed Austin Hill, who's matched up against Bubba Wallace in the in-season challenge today after he upset number 1 Tyler Reddick last episode in Atlanta. Now we're trying to work the inside of Hill here for position. Can we do it? Going to be a big side draft down this back straightaway. Don't count out behind us. The 43, Eric Jones on the charge, who is on the same strategy as Bowman and I, so he shortly probably will be going by us. Austin Hill gives us a big push into turn 3. We have to do a massive lift, somehow avoid the wall, contact with the 3. Now here comes Eric Jones for Legacy Motor Club, having a great run today here, going to get by us for P7. We'll have to settle back down to position number 8 and just hope to keep Austin Hill behind us as this run goes on. And a little bit later, there's an issue here, the 88 of Carson Quaffle for Junior Motorsports. Smoke coming out the back there by some kind of tire failure, maybe an engine issue. Going to take Quaffle out of this race. He will finish in P38. Tough break for the rookie. And now we get back to the inside of the 43 of Eric Jones, the ensuing lap, to try to get 7th away. So you go by the cars that were in front of us that were on the alternate strategy, Bell, Larson, all them. They come in, so that leaves Bowman and Briscoe battling for the race lead, and myself and Eric Jones fighting for 3rd. But if you look in our mirror, you can faintly make out the red and white Sport Clips Toyota as here comes Denny Hamlin into the conversation as I made a mistake. They're hitting the apron in the middle of 1 and 2. Jones cleared us for 3rd. Here comes Hamlin looking for 4th as the 11 tries to find his way up into a good spot to try to get his first win of this season, and of course his final season before he announces his retirement at the end of this season. Now Hamlin Jones going to be battling for the race lead. We still out to be 3rd. Now next up, we are coming in hot to pit road for our scheduled green flag stops. We come in 3 wide with the 11 and the 43, but are forced to back out of it, fall in line behind them once again. Going to be 2 tires and fuel for us here. That strategy worked absolutely brilliantly for us in stage 1, so we're going to pull it out once again, as we were basically in the exact same situation we were then, except we have more track position now, so we should be able to cycle out higher in the running order as we beat Hamlin in the 43. We are the first right now we are in position to cycle out to be the race leader here in Chicagoland, possibly in position to steal a stage win here, which would be absolutely brilliant. But now a few laps there, here comes Kyle Larson on our outside, and I know I can't defend, so I just let the 5 go by. Here comes Chase Briscoe as the leaders are on pit road, Jesse Love, Ryan Preece, and others. So now it'll cycle out to be Larson leading the race. Chase Briscoe and I battling for second. We let the 19 go. No really reason to fight him here. Only going to risk us spinning out. So we settle back down to third as we try to hang on to the position. And we bounce off the wall in turn 2. Big mistake. That's going to cost us some crucial time that we need to have. Here comes the 6 of Justin Haley zooming on by. Into third position he will go. So we settle down to fourth now. 4 to go on the stage. William Byron gets to our inside. So we're going to have to 24. Go through, drop down to 5th, just trying to maintain this 5th spot, but here comes the 48 of Bowman. Nothing we can do there. We let Bowman through, and now we are down to 6th with 3 to go on the stage, hoping we can hang on to these final 4 positions to at least get 1 stage point. The caution will come out. Stage is over because Austin Hill blows a tire in turn 3, collecting the 11 of Denny Hamlin involved. Big implications there. Hamlin and Austin Hill go crashing in turn 3 and 4. That will bring out the caution to end stage 2. And that does have some in-season challenge implications as Larson wins stage 2, his 5th stage win of the year over Chase Briscoe, Justin Haley, William Byron, and Alex Bowman, the top 5. We come home 6th, followed by Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney, Eric Jones, and Daniel Suarez, the top 10. So Austin Hill will be out of this race. He'll end up in 37th. So that means Bubba Wallace has automatically advanced to the in-season challenge quarterfinals, eliminating the 32 seed Austin Hill. On the restart, we are here in 9th, and Blaney is shoving us like crazy into the back of the poor Jesse Love. And I can understand why maybe Blaney was being aggressive, as he's matched up against Jesse Love in this in-season challenge. So he's trying to get by the rookie in the 8 machine to secure his spot in the quarterfinals, which he does now. Now we get a shot from Suarez, and we are having a horrendous restart right now, getting absolutely eaten alive by the pack, already down 4 or 5 spots. Blaney, Bell, Suarez, Jones going by now. I'm just trying to hold off Busher and Jesse Love here, but we are up the racetrack and the handling is just not where we need to be. Plus the AI just pushing me in the corners for no reason does not help my handling in the line I want to run through the corner. So we're hanging on for dear life right now, battling now the 60 of Ryan Preece, of course won at Kansas back a few weeks ago. As now we battle the Spire duo of Hocevar and Suarez in turn 3. The 77 right on by, Preece right on by, Suarez clears us. Now we're down to 14th, just trying to survive, trying to get whatever we can here as we're just struggling on this restart. We are the crossover, Suarez and Preece, 3 wide, 4 position on the inside lane. Can we make the pass? No, we cannot. They'll both clear us, and I open the door for Chris Busher, who are still able to hold off for now. A few laps later, alongside Suarez for P12. And in turn 3, there goes Suarez. It blows a tire right next to us. Goes crashing hard to the outside wall. I mean, out of nowhere, the tire goes on Suarez. He slams the outside wall. Jesse Love gets a piece of it. Then he gets drilled by Zane Smith. Vicious, vicious impact from the 38 to the 7. Both guys go crashing. Caution is out. They both stay in the race. Keep that in mind. And another thing to keep in mind, myself, Barry, and Suarez, of course, we just blew a tire, just came down pit road for 4 tires and fuel to be on an alternate strategy from the rest of the field. So here we are zooming by Nemechek, Connor Zilich, and Riley Herbst at the rear of the field. Now working our way by Cole Custer and Corey Heim to get back up to P28 here. And then Austin Cindric 01 for Rickware Racing gets in P27 as we get a brilliant move to the outside of Cindric with a huge run of momentum here as the fresher tires, we are just hauling the mail as the Hendrick teammates of Alex Bowman and Kyle Larson battle for the lead here in Chicagoland. Tell me where you've heard that one before. Shades of 2019 when Bowman got his first career win in the Cup Series. We bounce off the wall and exit turn 2 there, trying to get to the outside of Mayer and Van Gisbergen. Big mistake there on my part, so we have to regroup, and then exit turn 4. We get back by SVG and Mayer into the top 25. We go 3 wide with Zane Smith and Noah Gregson, already by Eckes, now working by Joey Logano, our teammate, to get in the top 20. Then going by McDowell and Jesse Love, another 3 wide pass. Fresh tires really paying off here. We're up to P18. Big run down the back straightaway. Crossover on Bubba Wallace in the 23 to get us into 17th. Of course, Bubba Wallace already advanced the in-season challenge thanks to the Austin Hill DNF. Now we zoom by Justin Allgaier and Ross Chastain to break back into the top 15 here in Chicago. No, big, the 11 slowing down. Hamlin having a mechanical issue. big problems for Denny Hamlin, and all of a sudden he is completely holding up Chase Elliott, and he is nowhere to be found. And now we zoom by the 54 of Ty Gibbs here into turn 1, but we can't quite clear him. Of course, this is our in-season challenge rival. We got to make this pass, and we do. We clear Gibbs for 12th. Hamlin down pit road, now multiple laps down, which basically hands that in-season challenge battle victory to Kyle Larson, and it looks like he will advance to the quarterfinals as we battle Ryan Preece for P11 here as we continue to slowly but surely march our way forwards through the field on this fresher tire advantage and the fuel strategy advantage. So basically what needs to happen is we need this to go caution free the rest of the way. As Buescher comes down pit road, we move into the top 10. Now everybody else comes in the next lap, and we are now in the lead for the first time today in Chicagoland. We are leading the race with 10 laps remaining. And here we are in the final 4 to 6 laps of this race. We are in for our final pit stop of the day, and it's going to be the same as all the pit stops here. It's going to be 6 to go, 2 tires and fuel. That's been the absolute beauty strategy call for us all day. He's been able to get us in a great spot. My goal is that this will get us a top 10 finish and keep our top 10 streak alive for a 19th consecutive race here. As we come out, scored in 3rd place. Of course, Suarez and Berry stayed out the extra lap. They are on pit road. Right now, though, we would cycle out to be position number 1. But here comes Alex Bowman, the 48. I'm not even going to block him. I know he's quicker than me. I let him go. Now we're going to be out. Kyle Larson, the caution comes out at the worst possible time for us. SVG with the tire failure in turn 2. And now I really could have stayed out on 2 old tires, but I decided to pit, get 4 fresh tires and fuel, because I just think if we stayed out on two tires, we would have been a sitting duck, and there was a high chance we could have lost the in-season challenge to Ty Gibbs. So here we are on the restart, zooming by Corey Heim and Ty Dillon, as basically our goal right now, top 10 streak, throw that out the window. The goal right now is beat the 54 of Ty Gibbs. I can see him just faintly up there in the distance. He's ahead of Jesse Love. You see the rookie stripes on the back bumper of that paint scheme that I'm still using from 2023. As we're into P20, white flag in the air, final lap presented by Credit One Bank here in Chicagoland. Can we find a way by Ty Gibbs to advance to the in-season challenge quarterfinals? We got a huge run to 17th. Gibbs is 2 positions ahead in 15th as Bowman and Suarez are fighting for the win here on the final lap at Chicagoland. We are now 1 position behind Ty Gibbs going to the final corner of the final lap. We send it in and we take 15th, and I've passed Ty Gibbs, and Alex Bowman has the lead, and Alex Bowman is going to win at Chicagoland once again, beating Daniel Suarez, and we will barely beat Justin Allgaier for a 14th place finish and narrowly advance in the in-season challenge by just 2 positions over Ty Gibbs with a thrilling finish. But the streak is over. Our top 10 streak will end at 18 consecutive races to start this final season with a 14th place effort today. But hey, we're still top 15 every race. But Alex Bowman, a huge win for him here today in Chicagoland Speedway. Gets him in that chase for the Cup conversation. Daniel Suarez, season's best runner-up finish. Briscoe back in the top 5 and 3rd. Haley and Berry the top 5. Larson, Hocevar, Byron, Jones, and Blaney the top 10. See where everybody else ended up through the rest of the grid. Hill, Creed, Quaffle, Reddick, and Gilliland all DNFing out of this race with obviously their tire and mechanical issues they suffered throughout the day. So here are the updated playoff grid. So it remains myself, Byron, Buescher, Logano, the 4 guys who have won in the top 10 in points. Larson with a ginormous cushion of 200 points. Blaney, Hamlin, Bell looking really good. Berry plus 16 in 9th. Haley now in the top 10, just 5 above Ross Chastain. Reddick and Briscoe still hold the 2 wildcard spots, but Bowman with his win is 45 points behind Briscoe, and Preece with his win at Kansas way back when is 72 points below Chase Briscoe, as both of those guys try to fight their way into a chase position. Elliott, Hocevar still looking for points. Wallace, Van Gisbergen, Heim got to be looking to get victory lane here if they want to find their way into the chase with just 7 races remaining until we begin at Darlington. So now in-season challenge update. Of course, Bubba Wallace advancing over Austin Hill, who DNF'd, so he will face William Byron, who defeated Christopher Bell in the quarterfinals at Iowa. Next episode, Kyle Larson beats Denny Hamlin, and he will face our teammate Ryan Blaney, who advanced over Jesse Love. Of course, we barely beat Ty Gibbs, so we will face race winner Alex Bowman in Iowa. And then Chris Buescher defeats Noah Gragson even after his flip, and he will face our teammate Joey Logano, who will face Ross Chastain. So you got 3 Penske cars, 300 cars, 1 RFK Ford, and 1 2311 Toyota in the in-season challenge quarterfinals at Iowa. Next episode should be a good one. And as we end this episode, as always, I want to give a shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much to JJ, Brenda Breen, and Jeremy Isley for your support. Really appreciate it. It means a ton to me. Helps this channel and I continue to grow, produce some awesome content. Now pushing towards 2,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for watching. And if you are watching and are not subscribed, please do subscribe. It's completely free. It only takes a couple of seconds. I would really, really appreciate it. And if you want to get your shout out at the end of a video like these three, become a paid channel member. Link is in the description down below. Until the next episode from Iowa, I hope you all have a good one.